I've been trapped by the devil. And that will never not be funny to me. Yes, I have my act together. As always. Hi, I'm Sock Marionette, a middle-aged lady in a tiara, talking about books, and this is a bargain counter argument after hours. These are the videos in which I talk about things that are a little spicier than normal. After hours. The shoes are off, and the lipstick is as dark as the romances I'm about to discuss. I haven't done one of these in a while. I haven't been reading a lot of dark romance lately because I was busy doing other things, reading other things, doing things that weren't reading books, and then I got a notice from the library saying, you're going to have to return these books, and I got an ARC, an advanced reader copy, that was a dark romance. So I have perfect opportunity to do another bargain counter argument after hours. So the books I read God of Wrath by Rena Kent. I had, my first reading vlog ever was Library versus Due Dates. I did it back in January. It's now July, so that was, a bit of time ago. Not long in human years, but in internet years. That was like decades. And I read the first book, which was God of Malice, and it was just an unhinged good time, and I really enjoyed it. Then a few months later, I got my hands on the second book. I believe that was God of Pain. That wasn't for me. I DNF'd that about 25-30% of the way through. I just found the couple to be kind of boring, so. But then I saw God of Wrath on the shelf at the library, and I thought, I will try this, because I think the objection I had to the second book was just that I didn't feel very connected to the people in it. So it wasn't the writing or anything, because, well, anyway, if you're reading Rena Kent just for the writing, then, you've come to the wrong place. Anyway, so this was, for me, this was one I actually read all the way through. I'm going to read the summary. I've been trapped by the devil. When Cecily Knight does a favor for a friend, going to the heathen's violent initiation competition to get a lay of the land for a rival gang, she thinks she may be able to get away with it because she has a superpower: invisibility. She can slip through most situations unnoticed, but immediately she realizes her mistake. Behind enemy lines on a night like that, she's done the opposite, and the devil has noticed her. Jeremy Volkov isn't really the devil, but he may as well be as far as Cecily's concerned. He's not just a member of the heathens, he's their leader, heir apparent to the Russian Bratva, and her one and only match on a kink app where she's finally admitted her darkest desires. And now Jeremy has barged through her defenses, stalking her from the shadows and stealing her away... Stalking her from the shadows and stealing her from the life she knows. He says he's out to protect her, but she knows the truth. He's out to possess her, own her, keep her. And Cecily, she has no intention of becoming a part of his blood-soaked world. Or so she thinks. Okay, well, that summary, it pretty much delivers on all of that, except that last sentence, or that last little paragraph. Cecily, actually, even from the jump, doesn't really mind the blood-soaked world that much. The kink in question is, like predator-prey, primal play. So, yeah, there's a safe word and everything. But yeah, it's totally unhinged. These are college students. They go to rival schools on the same... My computer's doing weird things. I don't like to have my computer in this room. This is my no computer zone. Anyway, they go to rival universities on the same island. It's a fictitious island off the coast of southern England. I think it's supposed to be somewhat analogous to the Isle of Wight. And it's like everybody is openly involved in organized crime. It's like a parallel institution for the children of people who are just like corrupt. And one of the things I love about it, well, first off, the American side of things, because this is an American school and a British school, and they have this heated rivalry that, you know, where blood is sometimes spilled. The American school is called King's University, because I think the founder surname was King or something like that. Anyway, that comes out to KU, which is a nice little nod to where you can find a lot of Rena Kent's work. And the other school, though, the British school, is called Royal Elite University, and that will never not be funny to me. Royal Elite University. And beauty college. Anyway, so I had a good time with this, read it all the way through. It was fun, and I haven't read it yet, but I do have out from the library A God of Fury by Rena Kent, which is from the same series. And this one, I'll go ahead and read the summary, is I'm slowly sinking. Brandon King never thought he was attracted to men. To be honest, he'd never been that attracted to anyone. But that was before he slammed directly into Nikolai Sokolov, a mafia hair, Bratva, known for being a notorious bastard and violent monster. I said that aside as a Bratva. That's not on the back jacket copy because he's not mafia. Mafia's Italian. He's Russian. That's Bratva. A Russian-American. Once Nikolai has his sights set on Brandon, he's haunted by him. He can't seem to let him go. A man who is so unlike Nikolai in every way. A quiet artist, a golden boy, and his enemy's twin brother. Brandon can't seem to get rid of Nikolai. He's everywhere. And his being everywhere throws a wrench into Brandon's carefully controlled life. Nikolai is desperate to break that control down. While Brandon worries about Nikolai's role in his life and his slowly disintegrating control, he learns that being wanted by a beautiful nightmare is much worse. Now, this was her first MM book, and I'm looking forward to getting into it. I've heard good things. And there's actually, you see a little bit of that on the edge of the Nikolai and Brandon relationship from God of Fury, on the edges of a God of Wrath. Remember, these people are all unhinged. They need therapy. Actually, the FMC in this book is studying psychology, so she knows they need therapy. Okay, so that was the Rena Kent. That's totally unhinged and melodramatic, and so many doors get slammed. And also people. More ways than one. I read Savage Hearts by J.T. Geissinger. I had already read, this is part of the Queens and Monsters series, I'd already read Ruthless Creatures, which was the first book. Really liked it. I haven't read the second book, Carnal Urges, yet. I was going to read it. It's on KU. I prefer reading physical books when I can, but I don't mind reading on KU. I was going to read it before I read this one, which is book 3, but then the library was like, we'd like that book back, if you please. Somebody's waiting for it. And I'm like, oh, sure, you bet, why not? So I went ahead and read this one first. It does not kill my urge to read Carnal Urges. That came out weird. Anyway, I really enjoyed this one, the banter. I haven't read that one yet. These books are not necessarily heavy on the banter. There is some banter, but this is banter heavy. I liked the relationship between Riley and Sloane. Riley's the FMC, and Sloane is her sister, who was the FMC of the second book, which I haven't read, Carnal Urges. You also get some viewpoint chapters from the male main characters from the first 2 books in the series as the plot unfolds, and there is one. Anyway, I really, really liked it a lot. I would say, it's hard to say that I liked it better than God of Wrath. I mean, I did, but there's such different kinds of books that I don't know that a comparison is necessarily helpful or fair. Oh, I should probably read the summary of this. Yes, I have my act together, as always. A fair amount of this is covered up by a library barcode, so I'm just going to skip down. It's just mostly promotional material. Savage. Adjective. 1. Not domesticated, wild and untamed. 2. A brutal or vicious person. 3. Malik Antonov. I want that dictionary. Especially if it has a picture of Malik. He's a myth, a ghost, a legend. A Bratva assassin so feared some won't even dare to speak his name. He comes in search of vengeance for the death of his brother, but what he finds instead is me. A girl he thinks is someone else. Someone unrelated to the man who killed his brother. Except I am. And when he finds out my true identity, he decides to take me as repayment for what he lost. Now I'm a little bird trapped in a cage, and the only way to survive is to make friends with the monster who captured me. But friendship isn't what the monster has in mind. I mean, somewhat accurate as a summary, but I don't know. If I had just never heard of J.T. Geissinger or this series and just read that summary, I don't know that I'd probably read it, let's be honest, but I think I would be very surprised by what I got, which is like very bantery, and it is Grumpy Sunshine, where she's the sunshine and he's the grump, but it's so much more than that besides. The other book I want to talk about, and I'm very, very excited to talk about this because it is the first book by this author, and the release date was July 8th. 2025. So I managed to get an arc of this. Well, I am part of Harlequin's Shameless Romantics promotion, where they just recruited people who are on Instagram and TikTok. And what I got in, so I applied for this program, got in, and what it did basically was it just gave me automatic access to the Harlequin books that they put on NetGalley. So I read this book and I've read 4 books with it, and this was my favorite. I liked one of them. Was not really my cup of tea. 2 of them I really liked a lot. This one, though, I was just really impressed with it. It's, I believe, the first book by this author, and I really, really liked it a lot. So I'm like, yes, I would be interested in promoting the heck out of this book because it was so good. And the book is Weaponized by Kelly Kilburn. And I'll shift over here so that I can put the cover up here. I have to read the summary off the computer, which is giving me a weird glow. Anyway, so I'll put the book up here because this is a book that is not being published physically, which is too bad because I would totally buy a copy of it if it were. It's an ebook. So and description. Love is a dangerous game, and she's the perfect weapon. A femme fatale mafia princess meets her dark, brooding match in this searing opposites attract new adult romance. Granier, I belong to the mob. I'm a beautiful, seductive pawn, a weapon in my family's extensive armory. It's why I'm at St. Agnes. Catering to America's richest and most corrupt, the college is the perfect place to get a world-class education and secure my father's legacy. My orders? Choose one of the men on my father's list and make him want to marry me. My only rule? Don't fall in love. Luca. Most people view me as my brother's enforcer. The son of a powerful mafia don, I scare people. Intimidate them until they do what we want. Those who aren't after my family connections think I'm a monster. But not Grania. She wants me despite my darkness, maybe even because of it. The problem? She was never meant to be mine. And this is part of a series that Kelly Kilburn has started called Heirs of the Organized. And this is the first book, and the book 2 is Scandalized, which this just says coming soon. I'll look it up, and if I can see a release date for that, I will put it here. I really, really liked this book. I think St. Agnes is a little less explicitly, exclusively for the children of organized criminals. So I think that's a little more realistic to have a school that's dominated by those kids, but is not exclusively that. Unlike the one in what is this called? The series? The Rena Kent series? Legacy of Gods. So, I do like that, and I liked that these are college kids, and they've been through a lot. Both Grania and Luca have been through a lot in their young lives, and a lot of the decisions they make and the assumptions that they make and the miscommunication that happens to prevent them from becoming a full-fledged couple is partially because of past trauma and how that's having a lasting effect on them, and partially because they are new adults. So I feel like the miscommunication and the misunderstanding kind of flowed very naturally from their circumstances and their characters. One of the things about the Rena Kent books is that they're like just younger adults. They're not new adults. They're not young adults. They're just like 40-year-old minds in 20-year-old bodies. And I'm into that. I like that. It's a fantasy, obviously. But not fantasy genre, but it is a fable of fantasy. But I really liked the way Kelly Kilburn kind of captured that kind of situation where you have people who aren't new adults, college kids, but they've had trauma, so their kind of maturity level is in some ways higher than a lot of people because of that, having to experience that trauma, but in some ways it's a little bit lower, again, because of having experienced that trauma. So that's that nice dichotomy of people who are post-traumatic, and how that kind of affects your development as a human being. And in some ways you grow up too fast, in some ways you don't. And I think that she did a really, really good job of making those characters sympathetic and making me understand why they were doing the things they were doing. But she wasn't like really in your face about it. She wasn't like, this happened and therefore I do this. I mean, a couple of occasions they were, but they were in the same way that people would talk about their pasts. I just really, really liked it a lot. I think she did a nice job of introducing the characters who will presumably be getting their own romances as she progresses with this series. It was Harlequin, as I said, but it's not part of like Harlequin Intrigue or Harlequin Presents or something. It's not a standalone, of course, because she's writing more of these books, but it's not part of one of Harlequin's publisher series. Anyway, I just really, really was so impressed with it. I really, really liked it. I'm looking forward to reading the second one. Again, I'll hopefully find out when it's coming out and put it on the screen. And it's just one that, I mean, yes, I am part of the Shameless Romantics promotion campaign thing that Harlequin is doing, but I'm not sponsored or anything like that. I just get auto-approved for their NetGalley arcs. I really honestly stand by this book. I really, really liked it, and I'm very, very happy to promote it. So, yeah. Again, it's only available as an ebook. So, and it's yeah. Just if you like that kind of thing, if my description has intrigued you, maybe take a look at the promotional materials around it, or the reviews on Goodreads. It's got a very high rating on Goodreads. Not very many people have reviewed it yet, but yeah, just take a look a little bit into it, and you might be into it in terms of wanting to actually read it. I was just, like I said, I was just really impressed. And so that is this edition of Bargain Counter Argument After Hours. I'm hoping to do more of these. I still have some dark romance that's sitting on the shelf that I have out from the library, and some that I own. Like I said, I haven't actually read God of Fury yet, but I will. This bright yellow sprayed edge is really throwing me off. It just doesn't seem to fit. This one didn't have a sprayed edge. Anyway, so I'll probably be doing one of these again before too long. Of course, I always say that, and then it's like months later before I actually do the thing. Thank you for watching this video. If you liked what happened here, please feel free to like, comment, share, subscribe, or don't. I am not the boss of you. And I hope you have a good night or day.